Uh, Yesterday I talked about um, the Zaizen approach and to making continuous improvements. Today, as I was sitting in my thinking chair, just thinking about all the things that I think about, uh, you know, uh, the step two, said there was there was four methods in the approach. Second one, yesterday was a daily approach. The daily approach to eliminating waste, uh, cutting those things out that, you know, uh, kind of like cutting baggage or cutting fat, where we are a lean, mean, goal conquering machine. But today, I was thinking about it. Uh, it was events. And I was like, okay, you have continuous improvements through the daily little things that you do. And now you have the event. What is the event? So this is how we continually eat that elephant, one bite at a time. What we're going to do, since it's the weekend, let's celebrate, all right? And we're going to celebrate by thinking of something that will have impact in our lives. A lot of people want to have an impact with their family or their whatever group they're in, their Moai, church family, whatever you want. But all the parties involved need to get together and decide on what would have great impact. Now you have your list, your 10 things that you wanted to accomplish this year. Does that involve anybody else? Because if it does, instead of, kind of trying to work around people, what you want to do is invite them all in, email, Zoom, however you want to do it. But communicate. Let's make out a plan to attack this one thing to make this big change. Okay? So the change will come because everybody's involved and everybody has input. So even if you have your, say if I wanted to do a family project, we're going to clean out the closet. I want everybody to have input into where the stuff goes or how we're going to do it, because when we're all in, everything is better and everybody has significance, a part of it. So making continuous improvements every day in your life raises the standards every day. So that's the daily part, because we're cutting out the fat. But having, what we'll end up doing is having a much better day today, because we are better today than we were yesterday because of these improvements. Now, yeah, I might have these little flukes like my light falls off or things like that. But since I'm working on myself, that might not ever happen again. And even if it does, I'm still better today than I was yesterday. Just one thing, I got a new jacket. Well, it's kind of like a hoppy coat. So I'm different than I was yesterday. Mindset's different. People that I meet makes me different. And today, I can get these same groups of people together to make a change in whatever I want to do. And they can do the same with me and have me involved. So you want to look at the events and then have all the people involved to have input. Now, this is coming from reverscore.com. Kaizen events are typically brief, focused improvement projects where people, including the management team, participate in analyzing their value stream map to solve a specific problem. So this is what an event is. Now, I know you say I don't have a company. It's okay. We, everything God gives us pretty much has a representation on the whole. Okay, what I mean by that is things that are given for us through business to help us grow can also be applied to our personal lives. And really, because that's our circle of influence, I believe God really intertwines these things to where our personal life affects the work life, and the work life affects the personal life. Because our circle of influence, you don't really have two circles. They're all part of your one circle because you are you, and you're right there in the center of it. Okay. So looking at the value stream map, when you get together with your Moai, or your group of people who's going to make this change, or what this event is all about, you want to look at start to finish. And not only that, but what's the purpose? What are your aspirations for it? Who, the roles that everybody will play in it. Every single person, because they need to be there and they have to have input. And the expectations from start to finish. I expect this to happen. Now, even if it doesn't, it's good to have an expectation of what will come. A lot of times our mental, our thoughts frame our reality. So the things that we're thinking that's going to happen usually either will happen, or our automatic behaviors will start to make things happen because we are already thinking that it would. That's why you have people who, will have anxiety going into work. They're sitting outside of the door just crying. It's like, it's going to be a bad day. And sure enough, as soon as they walk in, everything goes wrong. One reason is because that's how they're looking at it. And another thing is they're just being a bad luck magnet, because their thoughts are fixated on seeing what's going to go wrong. So if you see what's going to go wrong, if you're just, I know this is going to go wrong, we usually sabotage ourselves into making it happen. Same as the opposite on the positive side. If you only see positive things happen, negative things probably are happening, but you don't really notice them as much, So I put the daily Kaizen approach to eliminating waste on a tiny scale to improve your life and your relationships and your productivity. That's what that's for. But the Kaizen events are planned out projects to tackle one specific obstacle at a time that will also have great impact when accomplished. So there's a little pre-planning involved. On a daily, you're looking for these things to happen, to cut out. Okay, how can I make this better? 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 In the back of your mind. This is on the daily. So as you go throughout your day and you see, man, this is really slowing me down. If I gave this to Jimmy, who's asking for me to give it to them, I'm only holding on to it for the namesake, to make myself look better. But Jimmy can handle it, and I can free myself up. So I need to give that to Jimmy. So those are cutting waste. And the event is saying, hey, Jimmy, get everybody together. We need to see all of the things that are slowing us down. And let's come up with a way to make it better, to cut these wastes out as a whole, as a team, and not just us as individuals. Now, if everybody in the whole organization says, and I consider a family's organization, so if everybody at the family dinner table is saying, I'm making myself better this way, then the whole family is getting better. Now, the event comes when the whole family who's already getting better comes together and says, let's make this one thing better. So we might all consider, hey, let's cut out eating out so much. We could say, when my family eats out, all 6 of us, that's a guaranteed at least $100 for just to have one meal. And the way some of my kids eat, $100 is just a start. Now, if we're so busy and all of us are eating out, we're spending about $100 a day eating out. If we all sat together and said, this is a great obstacle sitting in our path, we could save so much money by cooking at home. Well, let's have, everybody's input. I like this. I want pizza. I want spaghetti. Let's have a family, maybe we'll set up a schedule that you cook what you like and the whole family eats that. You have to cook for the family. That's going to increase your skills. That's going to save you money. Plus, we eat as a family. Now, or we can take out one of these days and just have a family hot pot or something like that, where we all get together and we do this. So we will have to, the event is us coming together to figure out what we're going to do and how it's going to impact. So this weekend, make a change. Well, don't try to eat the whole elephant, okay? One bite at a time. Just pick out one thing that can have great impact on you in your circle. And everybody that's involved in that, let them have input. Let them have access to the things that you're thinking about. Because you're awesome. And your mind is just, and everybody needs to be a part of that light that that's coming from you, okay? So, you guys have a great weekend. It's Friday. And I'll see you guys on Monday. This is all I have. So, kampai.